So what is Kaizen? It's a Japanese term that means continuous improvement. It's not about making a huge sudden change like launching $1 million business overnight. It's about taking small daily consistent steps that add up to massive results over time. Stephen Bartlett puts it so nicely in his book, The Diary of a CEO. The Kaizen philosophy says that you must create a standard. Make sure everyone meets the standard, ask everyone to find ways to improve the standard, and repeat this process forever. And he says that 1% can change your future. And he says that it's an unfortunate reality of life that things that are easy to do are also very easy not to do. It's easy to save $1, so it's also easy not to save it. The outcome of doing and not doing them is invisible in the short term. So we often choose not to do them. But listen to this wonderful concept. Not brushing your teeth today will have no visible impact. Not brushing your teeth every day this week might cause a slightly smell. There will be no significant consequences. Not brushing your teeth every day for 5 years will have you scream in a chair as a dentist rips the molar from your teeth. When did the dental problem occur? It began today by overlooking something that was easy to do and easy not to do. So Kaizen philosophy takes time, investment, and tremendous belief, because these are like small gradual improvements that you get to do each and every day. He also said that if you don't care about tiny details, you will produce bad work, because good work is the accumulation of hundreds of tiny details. The world's most successful people all sweat the small stuff, and that is Kaizen. And the loss. I want to see what happens when knowledge stops being theory and starts being lived experience. This is my journey.
It's weird listening to myself. Over the past few years, I've been reading every book I can find. Books about knowledge, business. Hey yo, don't leave. First milestone has been achieved. 50 subscribers. Let's go. Let's go. So like a lot has happened in this episode. So I tried to just like compress these things like this. So many things I'm so grateful for. Like I've seen God like, what? God, wait, I'm still, no, God, I can't, God, now I have to multitask. I already explained something when we opened, which is about Kaizen, but I'm also going to touch on it a bit. And I had a meeting with Mia, and I don't want to lie, that meeting was so beautiful. She's a photographer, and she took all this wisdom that she had about business, and she's like, on top of my brain. I'd like to apologize for the footage because it looks a bit crap. I got to be part of the Sony A7 V launch. God is amazing. I don't want to lie. God is amazing. I feel like if I were to say I don't see the goodness of God, I would probably be the stupidest man ever lived in this world. Like God, I just bought a new baby, the Sony A7 IV, so we're gonna get to unbox him in this video. I had a shoot with those clients were not happy, but remember, it's a trial and error. That's why we have Project Kaizen. This is where we get to fix some few things here and there. I'm gonna dive deep into something called the blue ocean and the red ocean. Also had a gig at Klegstop. Like God has been doing a lot, I can't even keep up. I also get to plan about my 2026. I won't really get much into detail, but I'm gonna touch something on that. And we also get to talk about the NDF function that I had with some couple of friends. On this episode, we're also gonna talk about pray. The short form Pray is finally being launched this Friday. We had a guest, and it's someone amazing, and it's 16V. If you don't know 16V and you're a photographer, I don't know. Maybe you're just not a photographer. Maybe you claim to be a photographer. I don't know. I'm sorry if you're offended, but 16V is here. And he said something so profound, and I'm gonna tell you about it.
Me and Mia had a conversation. I don't know. I think we're there for like an hour or an hour and a half, but I can't really summarize everything that she said. But there's one thing that I can get off my mind. So I asked her a question that you see that, I mean, like your business is doing well. Like, how do you treat your business as a business and never go to it as a backup if you don't have money? And she said something so profound. She said, you must have a blueprint of your business. If you have a blueprint of your business, you're not going to treat your business as a backup. Another thing, it's so important for you to have a separate account for your business, because if you're using your same account that you use for your personal stuff, it's easy for you to take the money and say you're going to replace it. But if you have a different account for your business, then it won't be easy for you to use up all that money. And so you must respect your business. The best thing that you do, you must just respect your business, because if you respect your business, then you're not gonna take money like from time to time. And I think that's something beautiful, because I think sometimes you have this thing of, I got a lot of money that I'm making at this moment or in this season, so I might as well just pay myself more than you are used to paying yourself. I think on one of these episodes, I'm going to dive deep on the finances, on how I manage finances on Focus Tripod. So stay tuned.
Yo, I just came from a shoot in Joburg. Sure, that shoot was so amazing. And I don't know, I felt so alive, Sometimes when you just wake let me tell you, building a business, it's not easy, but sometimes I just wake up and be like, you know what, I'm tired. But it's these type of shoots when you go to and you are like revived and you're like, come on, man, I can do this. That was the best shoot. And sure, God is good. God sometimes will plug you in places, in rooms where you never thought you would be. And got so much love for God. I got so much love for my Lord Jesus Christ. He has been taking me far. And I don't know what to say, but God is good, eh? One thing I can tell you is that I'm a man of my word. If I say the company needs an upgrade, then the company needs an upgrade. English is running away, but then you know what? English is not the main person today. The main person is this boy. So I'm still thinking, should I also make a separate video, the one that I can upload on YouTube just for the A7 IV? And do something like, is the A7 IV still worth it in 2025? This gear! You see, this is where I kind of share my ideas. This is where I share everything that I do. So that's why I highly recommend people to watch Project Kaizen, because Project Kaizen is where I barely hide anything that I do. That's where like the truth gets said of anything. So I think this will be a nice thumbnail of the A7 IV. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you, I already unboxed it. So why did I upgrade to the A7 IV? Let me tell you, I'm working with big cameras. I'm working with the Sony FX3, I'm working with the Sony A7S3, and it just didn't make sense to me. When I come back to the Sony ZV-E10, I just had so many limitations. Each and every time when I want to use the Sony ZV-E10, I'm like, this thing it doesn't have like that much dynamic range. Sometimes I even barely record on S-Log 3 because I think, I don't know, the dynamic range is just not doing it for me. And so from time to time I was using the Sony A7 IV and the Sony A7S3. Okay. You guys already know, we're not here to talk about specs. If you want to know about the specs and all that stuff, I created a different video. I'm sure it's gonna drop somewhere in 2026, but no, we're not doing that here. This is Project Kaizen. This is where we talk about the nice stuff, not the specs and all that. Probably some of you don't even care about it, but you know what, it is what it is. So I'm gonna make a separate video for that. So yeah, guys, back to Project Kaizen. I just wanted to make that thing look professional because I'm gonna post a separate video regarding this. I know you don't think that looks professional. I don't even think that looks professional. I don't know what to say, but I think that's it. I'm done. Yeah, boo. They finally arrived after 10 minutes of waiting. This is Polo Shaw. She's been in this game. She's been vlogging for the past 2 years. 2 years. Yeah, so she's been vlogging 2 years. This is you said Lebu, right? Sure, this lens is very tight. I have to go back. She said it's Lebu. I told her that these pictures are beautiful, and then she said it's not the pictures, it's hair. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Do you think it's hair?
But the nice thing about everything is that I got to test the lens. Not in really what I wanted on a video, but it was still pictures. But you know what? I don't think it was that bad. I think it was nice. So there's this strategy in business. It's called the red ocean and the blue ocean. Imagine the business world is an ocean. A red ocean is full of sharks, that's your competitors, all fighting for the same customers. The water is red because the competition is so intense. You're entering a market that already exists. Many businesses are selling the same thing. The goal is to outperform others, lower prices, better deals, and better quality. But it's tough because everyone is doing the same thing. It's like selling normal street beggars in a busy town. There are 20 other beggar stalls doing the same thing. To win, you must fight. Cheaper price, better taste, faster service. That's a red ocean. And so now the blue ocean on the other hand is that a blue ocean is calm, it's clean, and it's empty. There's no competition there. You create something so unique that you open a brand new space where you are the first and only one. Is that you create a new idea, a new demand, or a new category. Instead of fighting competitors, you make them irrelevant. You innovate by doing something different or combining things creatively. Instead of selling normal burgers, you create a build your own burger experience truck where customers design everything, like from the bun to the sauce, toppings, even the grilling style. No one else is doing it. People come because it's different. And so now also in Focus Tripod, what we want to do, we want to try to do something that not everyone is doing. So that makes Focus Tripod to be set apart. And so now that means we can charge higher prices because no one else is doing that very same thing. And so now that's how we explain the blue ocean and the red ocean. As a person, you must have like certain goals and certain standards, and don't give yourself rest if you are not done. Like sleep is for the weak. But yeah, so there's this new strategy that I started implementing, and it's called the 80-20. So most of the time, the things that you plan for the day, those are the things that must get done. And as the day goes, sometimes it comes that you have to do this and this and this and this. But I'm telling you, the greatest thing you can do is to start first with what you promised yourself, that this is what I want to accomplish for today or for this week. And if you can start with those, then anything that comes after, then you can do later by. So also I have let me just show you how things, I'm not going to really show you what I do. So I have my vision, and then I have my why, I want to achieve that, and then I have all the things that I really want to achieve for December, and it's a lot. And here it's like this is the type of person I want to. So these are like the things that I've done, like mistakes and things that I can like literally avoid going into this week. And so this is the book where I normally take this book with me everywhere I go. So this is always with me. This is where I write all the best week. Sorry, and if December ends and I haven't like accomplished this, I don't really feel satisfied. So that is why sometimes I double work myself and I forget about something. I don't prioritize my health, which is not good, because this is the temple that God has given me, and if I don't take care of it, it's gonna get messed up. I mean, like, then everything that I'm doing, it will be for nothing, because if then I am sick, or I can't even like, I don't know, I can't even take care of, if I can't take care of my, this white balance is better. If I can't even take care of myself, how will I even be able to take care of my family in the future? So
Yep. This is me planning my month. This is how it literally goes.
So now I don't have a 50 mil. It's like I'm trying to kill people now. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a 16 mil lens.
You know,
so
I've
now
met this
thing is
amazing
way
team,
too tight.
and
Whoa.
it's Brand Mill. And I joined Brand Mill in 2025 June. And I'm telling you, bruh, those people, they are just so amazing. They are incredible people. I can literally sit down and spend the whole day just talking about Brand Mill. Like, Brand Mill has some amazing people, you know, and I have learned a lot from these people. There are people who are very wise and people know a lot when it comes to videography and photography. And I'm telling you, like, each and every time I just try to soak all of it, like all of it, and I try to learn as much as I can from them. And you know, there's this one thing that Jacques once said, and he said that if your story is beautiful, I'm talking this as someone Vele who is looking forward to going into the industry of, you know, storytelling and movies, and he said that if you have a good story, your movie is 70% done. And I was like, wow, that is so beautiful. And I think it just makes sense, because you can have the best visuals in the world, but people are not gonna watch a boring story. I mean, I'm sorry. And I think that's one thing I also wanna try to improve in my life. Or in my I don't know, how do you improve that? I feel like someone is just born with it to tell a good story. So I'm gonna pray that may God increase my wisdom and understanding and discernment when I come to story writing. But yeah, yo. So we had an NDF function and it was just so amazing. Like, we were having good times and we got to say goodbyes to some of the people leaving the company. And you know, I don't wanna lie, I hate goodbyes. But you know what? Goodbyes are good. Actually, not goodbyes are good. Change is good, because it shows that we are growing. And as human beings, we're not gonna stay in one place forever and ever. We have to constantly grow, which is beautiful. And I got a gift when I was there. And look at this. I was like, these people can see it. These people can see it. Wow. You know what? I've got nothing but love for Brand Mill. Like, when you look at yourself, like,
Yeah.
this is what I wanna do. 16. This is where I wanna see, like, my brand or my company the next, like, 5 years. No, or like your end goal in mind.
Yeah. Every time when I get to Joburg, I see my brand as one of the big brands taking more.
Yeah. Yep, you already know. I'm not gonna give you guys the whole conversation. Me and this guys, we spoke about a lot of things, and I'm telling you, like, people have big dreams. I don't know. You see, this is what I always say, that dreaming is free. Like, literally, dreaming is free. If you believe that you're gonna have a Lambo, then you're gonna have a Lambo. Believe it, and then go out there and put in the work. But if you don't believe that you're not gonna have the Lambo, then you're not gonna have the Lambo. But just to summarize of one thing that he said, I asked him the question, like, where do you see yourself? Like, 16V, this is me, 16V. Where do you see yourself? And he said that, yo, this guy has big dreams and he's going far. And you know what? I declare that in his life in Jesus' mighty name. He said that he see himself like on billboards and all that stuff. And I was like, sure, bruh, this guy. And I'm telling you, there's someone out there who is just a photographer and they're just settling just to take 5 pictures and get, 200 and just get through the day.
And there's some people who wanna dream to be on billboards. And we had a long conversation, but that was one of the biggest things that stood out for me. That people have big dreams out there. People have big dreams. And he just spoke something about his course, that the course that he did back in university, it's starting to portray now in his workspace. And the light bulb just clicked in me. So I had a conversation with this man I would like to not say his name. I'm gonna keep his name private just to protect his identity and all that. But I told him that I studied engineering, but then I started falling in love with cameras and all that. And then he said, no, you got it wrong. I was like, what do you mean I got it wrong? And he said, isn't engineering requiring you to think outside the box? I said, yes. And then it was like, isn't being this creative requires you to think outside the box? I was like, I'm listening. He was like, engineering and what you're doing, they go hand in hand, because you need creativity to achieve certain stuff, doing things that people have never done before. And I was like, wow, I never saw it that way. So sometimes, I'm telling you, Romans 8:28, it came and manifested like boom, right on my face. Like all things work together for good. You might not see it sometimes when it happens, but hey I'm telling you, some of these things, they are God orchestrated. And you might think that you made a mistake, or you're making a mistake by interacting with certain people or studying a certain course, but hey you never know. All things work together for good for those who love God.
Yo guys, I'm sick. Yeah, I hate being sick. This thing slows me down in life so much. Yeah. The thing is, like, now every time I look at the screen, my eyes start doing this, like I'm pinching them. I don't know why. It's not a productive day for me. And when I cough, I feel like I'm crossing to the other side. Oh, I'm a man. I am healed in Jesus. By his stripes I am healed. Oh, I felt so much better. The name of Jesus has the power to heal.
Come 2026, I'm telling you, this company it's going to the next level. Reason why I am documenting this, I feel like I'm having that moment whereby like I figured it out. When you just get like, boom, this is it. This is what I have to do to put my company to the next level, or to the spark has just lit. So I don't know. I'm feeling very confident with 2026. I believe things are going to be different. Things are going to be amazing. I'm so excited. I can't wait for 2026. As the recording of this clip right now, it's the 8th of December. So we few days left and we'll be in 2026. And I'm documenting this moment because I want to remember it. By the end of 2026, mark my word, Focus Tripod will be different. And this clip is gonna be included on Kaizen episode 2. Actually right now I'm working on Kaizen episode 2, but I'm gonna include this clip on Kaizen episode 2. And I want to tell you that by the end of 2026, Focus Tripod will be so far. You know why? Because God is by my side and God is with me, and I just got it. When you just figure it out. Oh God is good. So another thing just to add there on the Kaizen is that you must understand that James Clear also said that you do not fall to the level of your habits, but you fall to the level of your systems. That means whatever systems that you set in place, that's what you're going to fall down to. That means if you're constantly doing something that doesn't make you grow, eventually in a long period of time you're going to find yourself struggling, because it's these small tiny atomic habits. That's why it's also called atomic habit, because it's very small, it's unrecognizable. But if you continue not to doing one, you see, the thing is like you trying to be 1% better each and every day. If you can fight for that, try to be 1% better each and every day, I'm telling you, in the next 365 days you're gonna be very far. So now let's start with this. On Focus Tripod, this is what I want to implement. Sometimes you go to client, you give them their stuff and they're not happy. So my goal is to come back with the data and see what is it that they really didn't love on that. You see, not just like, these people are just giving me, they didn't love the song, if it's the video, or they didn't love the type of editing, it just looks a bit dark, or they look way too bright, or maybe I didn't include a picture of whoever family member. It's these small tiny details. If I can take those small tiny details on my next shoot, I'm telling you, I have improved probably 5%, because I know that these are something that I can improve. And if you can gradually try to improve those things each and every time you go out on a gig or on a shoot, or all that data, you just take it, you put it down and analyze it and see how you can improve going into your next shoot. I'm telling you, in the next 5 years, you're not going to be struggling with the things that you were struggling with 5 years ago, because what you were gradually improving them. And so that's another thing about the Kaizen. So I think the Kaizen philosophy is beautiful and it's going to take me far. That's why I also started this Project Kaizen thing, because sometimes I think we need these big leaps. This is why I want to grow. This is where I want to get. But we avoid these small tiny things that we constantly have to do each and every day. Sure, check this out. The Kaizen philosophy isn't just about business, efficiency, or improvements. It's about continually ensuring you are on the right path and heading to the destination that you intend to, want to, and desire to visit. Check. The smallest seeds of today's negligence will bloom into tomorrow's biggest regrets. So yep, Project Kaizen. Just slow, small improvements every day will get there. And so I got an opportunity to shoot a metric dance. So I'm gonna post some few pictures of the metric dance that I got to shoot there. I think those pictures came out amazing, and I shot those pictures with the A7 IV, which was like the first gig that I got. But ever since that gig, I haven't got like a proper gig where I can go and test out where I can go out and test this camera. But it is what it is. More gigs will come. Money will come, colleagues. Money will come. But yes.
Okay, let's talk about pray. This is what I said, that shooting, pray. So I had this story in mind. I know that some people, they hallucinate, when people see things in the spirit and all that. Not everyone gets to experience it, but you must understand that, some people, they just go through a lot. And sometimes you find friends, you find people who tell their friends, you know what, I'm going through this, something is happening. When I sleep every day, I have such dreams and all that stuff. And the other person who has never experienced it, they take it as something that is likely, like, you'll be fine and all that stuff. And so I just thought of making a short film of someone who actually talks to their friend and tell them, you know what, I really need you to pray for me because I'm going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we find that on Pray. We find Bertie talking to her friend that I'm going through this and I need you to pray for me. That's where it starts on the prayer. I need you to pray for me. And so as soon as she go into her house, she starts experiencing these things, and she was screaming and all that. And at the end of the film, we see that prayer really did help, because all those things, those voices, they went away. But in this big story that I had in my mind, I didn't know that the execution of it was actually going to be hard. I'm not going to lie, guys. How the story turned out in terms of filming, it's not exactly how I expected it to go, but I don't know, man. It's a trial and error. I believe that I'm learning, and on the next short film, it's gonna be way better than the previous film. But yeah, man, I had so much expectation with this short form, but the execution was just not at that standard. But I'm gonna shoot more short forms, so we're gonna rectify those mistakes, definitely, definitely. But yeah, so I'm trying to edit it, and by the time of this recording of this short form, sorry, by the time of the recording of this, of episode 2, it's gonna be out as well. So you can hop in and check it out. But yeah, I just wanted to give it a brief of what are my thoughts regarding pray.
What controls our focus controls our life. And everything's trying to get our focus all the time, right? Advertising's trying to get our focus, your phone's ringing, in your pocket it's buzzing, and that buzz is either your phone or it's an email or it's a text. There's this constant something trying to get control of our focus. But what you focus on determines your destiny in your life.